Thank you so much for staying tuned to TMI. Right now, I want to delve into EDO 2024, dealing with factions and political parties taking part in the election. What I want to believe it or not, majority of the parties taking part in the election, they have factions. They are fractionated already. Maybe some were not satisfied. Some were jettisoned. Some were neglected. Some, due to irreconcilable differences, choose to be on their own. They're forming their own army. They're just in their own camp, but they are still in this political party. How do you think these parties can bring these factions together to become one indivisible entity that will fight wholeheartedly to make sure the party either one, retains the seat, or two, take over the seat of power? It's all about Dennis Osadebe Avenue. Come on September 24, we'll get to see the outcome of all this process taking place right now before the election. I still have Papa in the studio. I have Honorable Destiny in Abulele. I still have Barrister Cosmos Siraba, and of course Alhaji Ahmed Waike. They are here. I'll be throwing more light on this. In the first discussion, somewhat about security, they all agreed. Do you think the agreement will persist in this discussion? Well, we are here to start off. Now, I want to start off with Honorable Destiny in Abulele. In your party, like other parties, they have factions. Some may want to deny it, but this guy is glaring, it's audible to the deaf. And of course, it's like, you know, palpable also to these persons that are there in the heat of it all. Tell me, how can this be resolved? I want to go straight to the point. You know what led to it? But you see solutions somehow in these parties.
Well, once again, let me again appreciate you and thank ITV management for the opportunity again for the second phase. You see, the issue of intra-party, primaries, internal workings. PDP is a leadership party. As we speak very just now, it's the only party in Nigeria that is organic.
That is what now?
Organic.
You mean others are inorganic?
Organic. Others are...
Honorable, calm down.
Strange bedfellows.
Calm down. Calm down.
Of which Ahmed will... I know he will align with me today. You see, you can see the build-up to our primaries. It was very holistic and seamless. I must be very frank. I participated actively. I must be very frank. You see, everybody was given his or her role to play as a build-up to the primaries. You saw the primaries. It was live. Where, before that, there was 33 delegates per ward. Thereafter, one national delegate, local government. So for us, there was, opening primaries, not the closed thing that said, okay, let's go. No. Like in my ward, it was held at Alsola Modern Primary School, across every other, to select the territory. I voted. So for us, whatever has happened in PDP, it's a family affair. I've said it over and over. Yes, there are some dissenting voices, but very infinitesimal in terms of trying to look at the credibility of those factions.
Infinitesimal.
They are very minute, very small.
Are you sure they are
I'm coming, sir.
Are you sure they are small?
No, I'm coming. I said, trying to look at the viability of those factions. I use the word, the viability of those factions. Unlike my two friends that are here. You see, us, the other faction you call the other faction. I don't think, whether state or national, align with them. I don't think that there's anything like that. Quote unquote, like the APC, for instance, where the national...
focus on your own.
I'm trying to draw, so you will understand why I said it's very infinitesimal. So I'm trying to, you understand where the national congratulated one before and later... So that is it, where the state youth leader, turned the party secretariat to a restaurant. So that you get it. Unlike PDP, there was nothing like that. Everybody, because whether you like it or not, a governor of a state where the party produced a governor is the leader of that party. That is the recent trend. During the Professor Ali, it wasn't like that. I read an article regarding that. But now the recent trend, it is the governor that is the leader. So you cannot rule out the governor from the scheme of things of that party. That is just it. So we must try to situate it appropriately. Right. PDP is different from, permit me, from. So I don't like dragging PDP to. We will settle ourselves because our leaders, they are very aware that when two brothers fight to death because of their father's inheritance, strangers will inherit.
Okay.
They are aware.
I'm coming to that.
They will settle it.
Two brothers right now it's like we have 3 brothers or 4 brothers.
Settle it. Whether we will settle it.
And they sworn to fight to the death.
We will settle it.
I'll come back to you on that.
Rest assured.
Well, Barrister, you heard him. He said, well, it's a party thing. They will settle it. But I'll come back to him definitely with more questions. Now, in your own take, I read from the grapevine that you're actively involved in labor. And someone emerged. And we have factions saying no.
He's a strong man labor.
He's not the one. Some people went to court to contest it. Not necessarily forget about the court thing. We have a particular candidate and they are disgruntled, so to speak, right now. Unsatisfied element in the Labour Party. Take it up from there. How can this be resolved?
Let me speak from the basis, of the state. Because we know Labour has issues with Lamidi Papa and all that. He's been trending and all that. I want to speak on the state. I'm of the Labour Party, and I left the party I was, PDP, with respect to Labour, because I felt that we had a third force, and it was completely going to be different. But unfortunately, I got the greatest disappointment.
Oh, that means you are among the disgruntled or will not say unsatisfied elements.
I'm disgruntled. I accept in its totality. Honestly speaking. Because, you see, when you go somewhere with a mindset, things will change, and you discover that it's even worse off. How do you feel? I will give you an instance, my little story, if you permit me. How we were preparing for primaries, I went through the polls to become a delegate. After which we went to the state headquarters. Headquarters and screened us, everything went through. I had a job in Abuja that I went to do. Around 4 in the evening, I was called that the next day, 8 o'clock in the morning, that there's another screening that was supposed to be 2, that were not 3 from the ward. That one was supposed to be from for the local government, that they scrapped that were now going to be 2. Okay. 4 o'clock, I didn't go with my vehicle. I had to quickly go to the park. There were no vehicles. I went to Zuba, joined these vehicles on the road, paid for some seats, took the risk. We eventually left Abuja by 6 in the evening. Took the risk, got to Ekuma by 2:30 a.m. Managed to get a hotel where I slept. 2 hours later, 3 hours later, I left the hotel, took a bike. A bike eventually took me from Ekuma to Urumi to Uboha. That's my word. The risk I took throughout the night, not the money I spent. On getting to my place, I was able to get there by 8, and they said it was starting, and it did. 8 o'clock we started. 2 of us were elected. One even stepped down for me. So it was not an issue of contest. We left there. A night to the day of the primaries, my name had been removed.
Whoa.
I stand to be quoted. I'm talking of Labour Party now. My name had been removed from the list. And I begin to ask, when things like this happen, to me it's not do or die. I just stayed away. If there are other people that see it, because most people see politics as a vocation, not a vacation, a job. They feel that you are taking them off their jobs.
Yeah.
They fight to the end.
Yes.
For me, I have a job. I'm very proud of it. So I just stayed away. So this is how factions start. when people are dissatisfied, and most of them genuinely, dissatisfied. How can you just throw up somebody out? Taking all that risk. You throw up my name because you feel I am supporting somebody who does not have, who you know that will be able to challenge the other person. And perhaps the other person is throwing so much money to you, and then you want the money. So what makes it different? My brother, all of them, they are the same.
They are all the same.
They are the same. That's why you have factions everywhere and all that. They are the same. It's all about money. And that's why you discover that things will be difficult for this country, because people come with the mindset of, I want to make money. Not you want to fix things up. That's why it's in the national today, you have the president that has the largest number of ESCO. Why? You what? Take money for you. Take money for you. I forget the country please to that, I don't care. Sharing money. But if you want to perform, you reduce your ESCO. You are going to do this, you monitor your ESCO. So that's where it starts. It starts from having a square peg, a round peg in a square hole. That's the party primaries. How did the candidate come out of? A situation where people you feel are supporting a particular candidate, there's one local government where they say, virtually all of them, their names were removed. Overnight, change. I'm saying Labour Party now. I stand to be quoted. Change overnight to other people's names. That's what they said. But my own, I experienced it. My name was removed. A night too. I have video clips of the election and everything that took place upon the risk. Okay, if I want to start factionalizing it now, they will say I'm creating a problem in the party. It is unfortunate.
All right. Wow. Oh, quite sad a testimony. We'll go and verify that story because hold on.
You can hear now.
Hold on. Calm down. I'm coming to you because we know your story too well for the PDP. We just heard from for the Labour Party. APC is like, your own is like very, very loud. Sorry to say, but it's like too loud.
I am the saint here.
You are not sent either.
All the parties are the same.
You are not sent either. APC too, because we have factions and they are angry. Now look at Barrister Cosmo still fuming for what they did to him. So take it up from there.
Let me start on this letter. I want to thank everybody for this opportunity again. And all. You see, I like what the Honorable Destiny said, that this time around I will concur and agree with him for this one. And I have to some extent, agree with him, because to be candid with you, a build up to the primaries of the People's Democratic Party, I followed up. Because we are politicians, so we'll follow up things. And the primaries is one of the most seamless primaries that ever happened within this EDO 2024, which me personally, I am pleased with the way they conducted theirs. Though I know
you are talking like an aggrieved APC member.
No, I'm not aggrieved. I'm driving home my point.
Okay.
Though my brother from the outside is also not taking things easy with it, but I quite agree with him that matter will be trashed down, to a logical conclusion. Like our own, the All Progressive Congress, fine. Option A4 was just simply the best option before, whereby everybody will be carried along, which I told you I took part because I'm a card-carrying member. All of us took part in the primaries. But the battle and the factions we have in the All Progressive Congress now has nothing to do with Dennis, nor have anything to do with Okpebolo. It's just when they say when elephant fights, two elephants fight, the grass suffered. Exactly what we are just suffering in the All Progressive Congress currently. The big boys, the bourgeois, issue of leadership is just the crisis we are facing now. Who to stay on top as the apex leader? Who to be the de facto leader? Who to be saying this is, yes, my decision should be final. I should be in control of the state. I said, well, no, it not work like that. We will not agree. So another strategy comes up. No, we will let you know that yes, no man is God. We will always be able to tell you that no man is God. So you see, Dennis is just like, how will I say it now?
It's a tool.
Yes, just suffering for what he actually have no knowledge about. And Okpebolo will also suffer from something he did not also know anything about. And that is the truth. That faction in APC will not heal on time because the court case that Dennis have filed, I don't see any reason. I don't see any. I find it difficult for. I'm trying to look for how I will control that. INEC cannot just throw that thing away like that because, as we see from rumors, we have heard that INEC did not give us access code to upload our details. As I speak with you now,
For rumors.
Yes,
I will do with facts.
Yeah, so that I don't want to use the word fact now because I don't have more concrete evidence to it now. That's why I'm using the word rumor now. Because that's our court, that Dennis court case. He has written to INEC that there is a court case on this matter. So that matter will linger for long. If care is not taken, APC may not feed the candidates in this governorship election. S, either you just drop the vote, you just, okay, we'll do a withdrawal and bring in another fresh person. But if one escape through, my brother, there will be so many agada in the primaries, in the party. When I mean agada now, somebody will just be in the party. It's not for you, but it will do the worst damage to you. That's what may happen in the APC. So the faction in PDP, to me, I don't really see it as much that it will cause more problem. Even of the Labour Party, I don't really see that it will cause more. But the one of the All Progressive Congress,
the Labour Party.
But for my party, the crisis of
my words, I will want to see how they will get one vote.
So the crisis in my party now, because the crisis in my party now, I don't know how they are going to resolve this thing as soon as possible. Because the bourgeois that are concerned, you know, when I came after the primaries, when I told you I was worried. When the other brother was telling me, I'm telling you not to be worried, but I was worried. The reason was very further. The state working committee was now working differently from the national working committee at that 17th primaries. That one gave a very big cause for concern. Okay, it was for the second one, the state working committee and the national working committee now started working like in sync, so to say. So now the division, the holes inside, is really just too much for the peace to come by now. Okay, now we are scouting for deputy governorship candidate now. As I speak with you right now, do you know we are finding it difficult to get deputy governorship candidates?
It's like I'm talking to aggrieved factions of the Labour Party and APC. Hold on, I'll come back to you. Well, PDP, yours is somewhat loud, too, in the sense that we have a deputy governor right now being 7% notice. And one of the aspirants also has taken PDP to court. Don't forget about Legacy Group. Still in the PDP. Like what I said, all parties, they have issues. How can this be resolved if you think it can be resolved?
Yeah, we see. You can see, I said it earlier, that I am not a saint here.
You are not sent to this matter. No party is a sent to this matter. They all have issues. They all have issues. How can it be resolved?
You see, yes, that you can't rule out. I tell you, I think the issue of legacy, we have been able to reduce it to the barest minimum. But rest assured that...
Some may disagree with it.
Yeah, I said we've been able to reduce. I never said it's out completely. You see, one of the problems we are having in this, the erroneous impression we have in this country, is for us to say that yes, we will eradicate corruption. All over the world, you can only reduce corruption to the barest minimum. I tell you, for our own, the issue of legacy, we begin to go into their ranks and we begin to pacify them. But rest assured that we can, in the near future, even some local governments now, as we speak, I don't think we have legacy in some local government, as we speak very just now. So be rest assured, we still have enough time. Campaigns start in earnest by April. So we are working now, we are doing the underground work to see how we can pacify, settle, reconcile, so that we have a very formidable force to confront so that we can confront these two persons.
What about the court case?
Yeah, the issue of the court case, yeah. Once we settle those internal, they can go to court and withdraw their case. It's not just as if it was cast on stone. They took it there, they will equally go there and bring it out. As I said earlier, the governor of the state has a role to play. And our candidates, as we speak, Dr. Barrister Asuelime Igodalo, has a very big role to play. And so far, it has been very fantastic, of which my Labour Party man can attest to that.
I cannot attest to
He
that.
cannot attest to that.
Attest to that.
Then you can attest to that.
Very fantastic. In terms of, what am I trying to say? In terms of reaching out. That you can't take away from him. Even my APC man, Ahmed, can attest to that. He has been very, very fantastic.
Can you attest to that?
Ahmed, am I right?
But actually, I like the way the guys are.
No, see, hold on, don't come to
we see. I think what I have seen about Ahmed is being sincere.
That is
to the point.
That is justice.
He's aware. If you are in this state and you want to say that what Dr. Barrister Asolime Igodalo, so far, I think he has tried to do it differently. He has tried to do it differently. I must be very frank. It's like he has been in politics for years. The politics of the old.
And what about the impeachment notice on the deputy governor?
Yes, I think the reasons adduced for that impeachment notice, if you ask me, is sacrosanct. Because they said some secret, files or documents or information of the state, where you took an oath, it is to protect the secret of government. But if you now run foul of the law to now expose the secret of the government, it is an impeachable offense. I said it earlier. I said I tried to use the issue of our president. When we are not running a monarchical system, you now line up your children before the key, government officials. It's a breach of protocol.
I'll come back to you. He said if you're aligned with what he was saying, you said no, you don't align to it because you have your own. But right now, in your party, the Labour Party, he's talking about reaching out. He's talking about talking to people, talking about settling scores. But for his own case, he said it's difficult for them to settle because of what he's seeing from his own perspective. In your own party, do you see them coming together as one before that particular election?
Well, I was in AIG when the national chairman was arrested. We were there till 3 a.m. when he was released. I know what transpired, and I know who was behind it. Because 3 days to that day, a particular person was seen moving around before the arrest. That's by the wayside. After the so-called primaries, Governor Oti of Abia State called them for reconciliation. And from what we gathered, I wasn't there, but people were there to inform us that some particular people feel that with or without, they can win election. So they refuse. But I feel that somebody who really wants to contest election will go down your knees, lie down, beg people that are aggrieved so that you can move along. But when somebody begins to say whether you come or not, you see that the person is there as a spoiler, not really willing to contest or something like that. But that's what I heard, that they couldn't, there was no headway. And somebody was saying, I don't give a hoot, and we'll go along ahead with the election. So for now, I don't think there's anything like reconciliation coming up.
In your party?
Yes, Labour Party.
You're so angry right now with the party.
That's the truth.
Are you a member of the party?
Yes, I'm a member. I've not resigned from the party, so I'm still a member. I'm a card carrying member. I can give you my card.
Wow. Okay, I'll come back to you. Ahmed, it's like you're not dealing with the PDP. What in the world is going on? Whatever I say, you say, yes, it's true. Are you among the aggrieved persons in your party?
Listen.
Let me quickly say this. I am the moderator.
Let me quickly say this, sir.
I have the right to ask you a question.
No, I'm coming, sir.
Is it not to react?
No, I'm coming, sir.
He's going to react.
Just a second.
Okay, fine.
You see the problem we are facing in this country?
Yes.
We allow our inclination, our political inclination, be cloud our sense of fair judgment.
Okay.
This guy is an exceptional politician.
Now you see the reason why I said you are dining with him right now. Is he taking your side? Are you a member of the APC or a member of the PDP?
I have said this thing times without number in this very place. That one, I'm a card carrying member of the All Progressive Congress, and I'm not denying the facts. I work with President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. We floated a national support group where I am a national secretary. So, and I have a stake, when I mean a big stake in All Progressive Congress. But like as he said, I work with the educational sector, and I am not a full-time politician who believes that I must get scraps or whatever from other politicians that come to visit to survive. I foot my bills. No politician foot my bills for me. And you can't tell me my own opinion on how I do my thing. You grab what I'm saying now. In the 2020 governorship election, we were all in All Progressive Congress, including my brother, the governor, and all the rest. They left, we remain in All Progressive Congress. I still have scores to settle with some of my spiritual leaders because of that last one. I stood my ground and said, no, this is where I belong, and this is where I am, and I did my research. And if you can go to my Facebook wall, you see all my posts there. They are still there. They are not, I didn't delete them. So let's come to reality. I once posted on a WhatsApp page, political mandate WhatsApp page, I said, if not for political affiliation, that Aso Ighodalo is just the best candidate for the job. Because I have listened and I've read these profiles and everything and what he stands for and the way he speaks.
Are you campaigning for the PDP?
I am not campaigning. I'm only telling you that if not for...
Has it been tested?
I said,
if you don't test him, can you know?
None of them are tested.
Some will say that you are like a threat to your party right now.
I am not a threat to my party. I used to confront my leaders and I tell them the truth. The reason why you see most political parties face today, or why some political parties don't grow, is because they don't give room to intellectuals to interfere. And don't give room to intellectuals to give them ideas. They sit down in their own enclaves and take decisions. Look at the blunders, the decision of, I want to do it the way I want to do it, has led the party. A national party, a ruling national party for that matter, whereby you did primaries, result was announced, the national party chairman congratulating, later you came up and said it's an inconclusive primaries. Why on that day of the inconclusive primaries, the chairman of the primary is now saying is a rerun, and a rerun that started taking place around 3 p.m. What kind of rerun was that? And how did you not come up with the result that you later now announced when you did the rerun that started almost around 3 p.m.? And the result was now announced that the national party, the National Working Committee too, also have the guts to issue a certificate of return to the person now claimed that won. See, my brother, if we have to do things, let's do things right. That is what have plunged us to where we are today. Whereby, okay, now we just said party. To me, in Nigeria, there is no party. We are all the same. My governor, Godwin Obaseki, came into limelight with all progressive. Today is of the PDP. He's the same human being. Nothing has changed. No ideology, no PDP ideology or APC ideology. It's Obaseki ideology. Simple. You get what I'm saying now? My brother now, from what he's saying so far, now, we have a House of Rep member from his own constituency who was of the PDP. I worked in Ubiaja. I knew some of the good things he did. But he came back to the Labour Party. So is there that the fact that Labour Party have an ideology that PDP does not have? But in Nigeria, we don't practice party here. It's individual ideology. And that is where the whole thing is. I cannot be having issues with Honorable Destiny or having issues with Barrister Cosmos over party affairs. But by the grace of God, I'm more learned to more than that essence. I'm a master degree holder. I'm about to pursue my PhD. I am focused. I know where I'm going. I'm not even interested in too much of the lookup. See, to be candid with you, in my local government, I'm not a pushover. Even in the states, I don't think I'm a pushover, but I don't take pride or brag over this. But I tell you, this is how things ought to be.
All right. As you can see, we have one very pleased PDP member, two displeased LP member, and of course our APC member. But it's all about bringing these factions together so they can work as a unit. Some are saying the differences they have in their parties is just irreconcilable. They have to go their separate ways on being the party to constitute spoilers that will impede the chances of these parties to come out tops in the forthcoming general election. We have the APC, we have the PDP, Labour Party, NPP, or NNPP rather, YPP. You just limit 16 political parties just for one position, and they have factions here and there. How can this be resolved? Let me come to you, Honorable.
Yeah, well,
some of the opinion that if you put it on white, just one tiny stain can make that white unattractive. And we have more than one stain, so to speak, right now, proverbially, in your party. How are you going to handle it? Knowing fully what you're in support of what the House of Assembly is doing, serving an impeachment notice to the Deputy Governor. Don't you think he's a man with structure even in your party?
Well, we must try to situate it appropriately. You know, setting or impeachment notice on anybody.
When we have election a few months away.
It is to cut the excesses or perhaps to whip the person back to line. Serving an impeachment notice is not impeachment in itself. It's a means towards an end. It's not an end in itself. We must get it straight. You and I, you will agree with me, to be very sincere with you, that the behavior of the deputy governor of late has been not be very, palatable. to be very sincere, with a sense of humility and simplicity. That's why I love Ahmed. You see,
why won't you love him when supporting your party?
No.
Why won't you love him?
He's not supporting my party. If every youth, if every political animal can adopt his approach to issues, we'll have a better society. No matter the party you belong, don't allow your political inclination becloud your sense of fair judgment. That's exactly what you are displaying here today, and that's a takeaway for me. And I think I'll add it to one of my, campaign, techniques in my local government. And
oh boy, I'm
driving at. Let me go to the nitty gritty.
All right.
You see, impeachment notice. It's not a death sentence. It's not impeachment in itself. Again, it is an avenue to say, okay, you come back home. When a child does wrong, I say, okay, you are going to. You see, the child will be. I think I participated. So you come back and get your senses right. For us, I said it earlier, and let me reiterate, that if two brothers fight to death because of their father's inheritance, strangers, you and I know, will inherit those properties. So for us, they are aware, and as I've rightly said, we are doing the internal mechanism. That's why earlier I said, I give it up to him, Dr. Barrister Asolime Igodaro, or those. The LP man said, you've not
been tested.
It said it has not been tested. But you will know, I think there's a saying. I've forgotten the Benin saying, perhaps I will say before translating. See, a tree that will give a fruit is known when it's
little.
When it's little. There are some aspirants, when he was an aspirant. Other sister TV stations will call them for an interview. Because they don't have anything to say, you see them, they will not show up. They come up with excuses. At times, some sister station will put a car across to them. They will not even answer the calls. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, that kind
Stop
of
bringing me into this picture, please. I'm asking questions right now.
The point, yes. A man that cannot confront or face the camera, you want him to be in the saddle of leadership. See, that's what we are getting it wrong. I think at the era of bringing, quote unquote, permit me, charlatans to man this porous economy of ours. See, there's no free lunch in Freetown. If you think that the oil money is there that will be sharing, a man that is presiding over any state now will put up a thinking cap, will look aside the resources. See, there's a resource course that some scholars put together, that when nations are prone to resources, natural resources, that they are prone to violence and laziness. It's a resource cost. That's why you see some researchers see what we have in this country as devil's excreta. What that means, what devil gives is not for free. You must pay back. So for us, in having somebody to preside over any state now, I think we must start to think of getting it right from states to the center.
All right.
Because that's why, because we deal that when oil money comes, we will share. Nobody is thinking. We are bringing it charlatan, we are bringing it stooge. That when money comes, they share it, give to the leader, share it under mango tree and other belebo tree.
I'll come back to you.
Those errors.
I'll come back to you. Well, Barrister, you heard it. He has spoken at length. Let's take a look at your party. It's like you're already angry with the party. Though you're still a member of the party, is there a chance that people like you in that party can be called into the fold to work with the party to make them have this fair chance of winning at least the election that is fast approaching? Why are you scratching your chin?
With due respect,
yes.
For now, I have to be factual with you. I will not work for the party.
But you're in the party?
Yes, I will not work. I would rather not vote on that day.
Why wouldn't you work for your party?
That's it. Because you must start and do something from the beginning, if I may put it that way. Whatever you want to do, let the process be seen to be sincere, fair. If it's not, then what's in it? And now let me a bit talk about my brother here, who was talking about being eloquent and all that. We've discovered that those who are very eloquent talk most times. The reverse becomes the case. It is not facing the camera or being very eloquent that is the issue. Doing the job. if you have been scammed before, you know that those people scammed are people who are very eloquent. They talk.
Hold on. What are you insinuating right now?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying they talk so well, and at the end of the day, you are in one chance. We have a situation we've had a situation in this state when somebody came and said in an election that fear is supposed to be 15 naira per liter. That the president then, Jonathan, was not doing well. But fear became, as we speak today now, fear is 700 naira per liter.
No, 6+ per liter.
6+. So, okay, let's say 6+. Because I see 700 on this thing everywhere. That's what I buy. And the person has come to tell you that things are supposed to change. So it's not being eloquent. It's being sincere. And the only way somebody can test your sincerity is when you have been tested. I'm not against household, but I have come to realize that we need to test a man first before we judge if the man can do something. It is not how the man, the length of his CV or whatever. Let the man be tested. That's why you have 2 tenors. Unfortunately, the first thing that my friend said is, when these people are coming in, they use so much money, borrow money and everything, buy themselves into power. And when they enter, what happens? The first 2 years, they are paying back the money borrowed. The second 2 years, they are gathering money to pay for the second tenor. So when they now pay you collect money as well and bring them in. So what they say actually does not count. So, unfortunately, for me, as it is for now, for today, I don't know of tomorrow, for now, I will not work for my party.
Wow.
For now, I will not. The right thing should be done. I'm still a member. I will not work for them. I'd rather not even vote at all. Or even vote for another candidate.
Is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, it's not your turn yet. I don't know if the grievance can be so obvious in the studio. Now, just imagine what others are saying that you just cannot see. We're talking about dealing with factions, political parties taking part in the election. Are these differences irreconcilable, Ahmed?
Thank you. There's no difference that cannot be reconciled.
So he said he's not going to work for his party for now.
You also heard him too when he said, as at today. He does not know what tomorrow will bring. So as at now, he will not work for the party, may not even vote.
For him to speak like this,
that is today.
On national TV.
Yes, that is today. But tomorrow, he may decide to change his mind. He may not even vote another person. It may not even be that he's Aswan that will talk to him or Modopeolo that will talk to him. It may even be his wife that will tell him, honey, please go and vote. And I want you to vote for the LP man. And he will change his mind and vote.
Look at me.
It's a fact. Today is today, nobody knows tomorrow. So to answer that your question, reconciliation is possible. Honestly speaking, I don't see anything there that one cannot reconcile. It's just a matter of what do you have on the table. The bargaining factors. The shifting of the grant. Okay, if I have to shift this grant, okay, what are you giving me? Or not these things have to be put in place.
Okay.
Now, when you put all this in its place, you will surprise that at the end of the day, they'll come up with the press conference and say, well, like as he said, I've withdrawn my case from the court. Oh, okay, we are not quarreling again. Oh, my supporters, please support this person. Fine. You understand? You see, issue of governance now, we should leave party out of it. Look at what OT is doing in the states. A Labour Party man, look at what he's doing in the state. Are we not celebrating the almost 24 or 23 hours power without outbreak? Are we not celebrating the good governance that is going on there? Is it not what we want as far as this state is concerned? The other day when I was here, when we talk about religion, I said, I don't give a knack about religion issue. All I want is a good state where you and I can practice religion even successfully. I'm a deputy imam for crying out loud, but I don't give a damn about religion. If you can give me a good road, good electricity, you know, my children will be safe, you know, enjoy my environment. I can shout my Allahu Akbar very well. You can praise your Jesus Christ very well. All I'm after is not even party. The issue right now is that good governance is all we care for. Edo State to be good for you and I. Today, now, did you see everywhere now they put PDP? No, but it's not like we are mentioning his name. So party is just a driver, a vehicle, a springboard that will lead you to the government. That is where we all now take part as party individuals. Probably once we get it, we also have some little dividends. You can be appointed here, give a contract here, SYZ for personal aggrandizement, personal interest and stuff like that. But the greater interest is the governance of the state. Let's emulate what is happening with, we look at Zulum. Governor Zulum of Borno State. Are we not happy with him? Do anybody shout APC when they are mentioning his name? Professor Zulum of Babagana of Borno State. You hardly see APC along with the news story. It's Professor Babagana Zulum that you hear of. We are mentioning OT now. Nobody hardly mentioned Labour Party along with his name. This party affairs issue is just a vehicle to lead you to that very particular place. So reconciliation, let's go back there, is eminent, is possible. But we just have to feed in candidates that can make this state work for you and I. Our interest is the state should be a state that we can be proud of. We have so many resources at our disposal we needed to harness. But as it is right now, do we have the right person, the right people to do this thing? So, but I'm very glad that the three parties, they have actually brought out, good minds. Honestly speaking, because Olomide Akpata, fine and good, you cannot say you have not known much about his antecedents as an NBA chairman. Aswen Godalo, fantastic, chairman of so many boards, even member of so many boards. Modok Bewolo, captain of industry, current senator, fine. But all we want as we speak right now, give us good governance. Nothing more than that. Reconciliation, very, very possible.
Over to you, before we call it a wrap.
Let me again thank you. I think because of his...
No, he's still angry.
I know.
He's still upset.
He has the right to be angry.
Yes.
And he says something just now, that even the person that emerged, the way he spoke when they met OT, arrogantly. That's thing.
But he said he wasn't there. He was told that.
Yeah, he was told. That's why I said our own Dr. Barrister Solime Godalo is different from every other person. Although he has said that he had not been tested, but you can know. Even you can know from his approach to issues, reaching out. That's the point we are saying. The issue of reconciliation depends on who emerge. If, for instance, Aswe Godaro goes to those quote unquote those aggrieved person 1, 2, 3 times, my God, they are not devil in person. They will definitely have a rethink to say, okay, no, because of you, let's do it. I know maybe your friend has done SYC. Because of him. There's a saying, that's why the Benin will say, Amaru de Mariema, it's like that.
Please interpret it.
If you cannot eat pandedian because of the pandedian, you eat it because of the soup. So maybe if you cannot because of maybe his friend, they can because of Aswe Godaro, let's give it a try. It's a try. I'm not saying he's a perfect man. The only person that is perfect is God. We are all living sinners. Right. And we must try to see a way. Yes. We must try to see a way around all this because we are all one big family.
Thank you.
And let me to the presidency. There is a saying that they pontificated that this present administration it is disaster succeeding calamity.
Now, no, let us put their foot down because that is what I'm saying.
No, let me quickly say this. Why I've said so. In all of this, the box stopped at the president's table.
Thank you. But not say disaster, president calamity. No, please, let me go there. 30 seconds, our time is up. 30 seconds, please. Okay. Apology accepted. 30 seconds.
Well, Nigeria can be good.
Amen.
Edo State can be good. But the problem has not been touched. The solution to the problem has not been touched.
Until you are settled. Ahmed, please. Over to you briefly. Our time is up.
Let peace reign. Edo State is for all of us. Once we make our nucleus Edo a befitting place, Nigeria can also from there be moving. Indigenous of Borno State are happy. Those in Abia, they are happy. Let Edo State also take a lead so that we'll also be using Edo State as a case study.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Because this is that people are still aggrieved. People are trying to talk peace. People are still aggrieved. Settle us.
I'll talk to him after now.
If you really want to win this election, don't underrate anybody. Yes. Exactly. Make your family whole for you to fight properly. Can't be fighting within your family. I want to fight outside. You will not succeed. Like what he rightly said, if two brothers choose to fight to the death of inheritance, a stranger will just walk in comfortably to inherit everything. See you next week Sunday, God willing. Bye for now.